From Crossley Lanes in Vancouver, we're here for the title match of the Pac Northwest Invitational. Potential title matches in both divisions, but this will be the title match in the handicap division as Robert Altieri looking to finish off an excellent 11-12 campaign with a invitational win, going up against David Scott, who's looking for his first career title. Meanwhile, over in the scratch division, Perry Crowell looking to avenge yesterday's second place finish by winning his second consecutive invitational tournament. To do that, he's got to win one of the next two games against Nick Bachteler. And this is early action here. That's the second big four in a row for Perry on that lane, so it's his second open in 3 frames. Meanwhile, Nick went spare open strike, so both bowlers struggling over there earlier on. Over here, that spare for Altieri was a 3rd frame spare, keeping him clean through 3. David working on an open here in his 3rd frame, but he's getting 21 pins of handicap. Robert's got to win by 22 to win the match. Both these bowlers have 2 losses in our triple elimination match play format, so whoever wins, wins it all. Evan pointing out that David's got some hold right there where a lot of the righties don't have hold. It's a combination of ball speed, and even though he's using really aggressive equipment, he really
focus in the beginning.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Ball skated all the way to a weak 8. There's a lot of recent blogs on the shape a ball takes when it hooks. A ball that reads as not hooking in the back end just means that it hooked earlier. A ball doesn't hook, stop, and then hook again. We're just so trained over the last 15 years of house shots to see that skip flip reaction with all the hook in the back. David's getting that ball to roll early and then kind of complete most of its hooking action early. That's different than a ball rolling out, by the way. How complicated our game can be. Nice job at the 8-pin. Nick's big advantage, potential advantage, is that he's bowling with that opposite arm everybody else is bowling with, so there's a little bit less lane play on the left side of the lane. If he can find a groove, that's definitely to his advantage. Yeah, that makes it a 3-bagger for him over there, and he's
coming off a really big game. He went front 7 2 games ago before his bye.
Yeah, big game. He's got a lot of confidence, even though he's in the position where he's got to win them both. He said all the right things prior to the match. So far, walking the walk after the talk. It's amazing when you're the bowler facing elimination. You see it even in pro sports, how hard it is to finish off a bowler with that 3rd loss, and how hard it is as the bowler who has that extra game of padding to stay as mentally tough as you need to do the finishing off.
Very easy to big 4.
Yeah, nice move off the big 4s. If you're just, 1% less mentally tough, that can be the difference at even this level of letting your opponent right back in a game. Perry off a super successful college season out in the middle of the country. Robert off a stint in the military. I know he did training camp at least. Lots of JBT bowlers have grown up to serve. They always appreciate that. Here, 4 days after D-Day, looking at American flag screens all day long. Big shot here for Perry. Trails by 20, but has a double working. Right there. All right, so game on. As Crowell stares down that rack, he's a grr. Tough 2-4-10 for Robert. It's close. Oh, right in front of it. Yeah.
I've actually been picking that up all day long. He said, I picked up 4 splits out of my last 5.
Wow. Should have been 5 out of 6. That's a terrible break right there. Bachteler working on
Robert
3 in a row of his own. All right, make it 4 in a row. Pride of Oak Harbor. No. Whoa. Nick, the older of the Bachteler brothers, but the non-title winning of the Bachteler brothers, as younger brother Vince has the last year's TPC in his pocket to go with one other win. One stretch this year at Sunset. Nick's got some second places, but never broken through for the win. See you in Vegas. Viva, Viva, Las Vegas. Thank you. That's it. Oh, make it 5 in a row. 5 in a row is a big string today. Difficult lanes once again, as you almost always see look out towards the end of the season. And a critical mistake for Scott there as he whiffs the 5. Pulled on the WTBA Soul pattern, fairly mid-length but fairly short. Shorter than yesterday at least. But on a slightly less friction-y surface. Those HBLs over a 20 century are just dead hook. These anvil lanes a little less naturally hooking, so not quite the ridiculous hook left that you saw yesterday, but still, if you miss left, it's going left.
So WTBA, what is that?
WTBA is World 10-Pin Bowling Association.
I thought it stood for Will the Ball Arc.
Will the Ball, sometimes it does. In Mexico City, it sure does. And that ball didn't arc either. He follows up that 5-pin miss by naturally making sure it didn't go high, but the result way too light, and now a washout facing him. David, the #1 seed, qualified just ahead of Kelsey Abramson, who was exempt, and had his second loss by round 5 and has hung on just long enough. It shows you why qualifying is so important. He actually got 2 buys today. Buys wrapped all the way around back to the top seed, so qualifying really important. And this shot really important as Perry walks on screen to the left. Oh no! Oh no! And oh no for David as well. Perry Crowell is absolutely notorious, if you don't follow us very well, for leaving 8-pins at the worst possible moments of his career. And that's not the worst situation, but that's pretty darn ugly right there at a solid 8. Ouch. Would have matched Nick's 5-bagger with one of his own. Instead, big advantage Bachteler. Wow. Just brutal. Oh, almost blew the spare too. Every 9 count's got to be in the back of Perry's mind after yesterday, where he blew 2 10-pins yesterday to give the title to Daniel Hansen. What a nasty, poopy thing to have happen to him there. If you're Nick, feel bad for him, but not while you're on the approach. He wants to bury 10 more in the pit right here. Which he does. Wow. I like it. The lefty tournament director to my right, I think, is liking that right now, too. And Altieri finally gets back in the pocket.
Probably.
We're going to fine-tooth comb, triple check everything before I hit public, so there's no confusion. Sometime tomorrow. Once I pull the toothpicks back in my eyelids and wake up again, go from there. Sounds good. Meanwhile, you didn't see much of Nick, but that was the cave-in shot to essentially lock up that game and force a second game over in scratch. And over here, I don't want it, you take it. No, I could never do that, you take it. No, 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 I insist, I don't want it, you take it. No, you won already, you take it. No, I could never. So we got going on over here.
Dom, your order's ready, Dom.
Hey Dom, your order's ready. And all of Vancouver knows it.
Yeah, no, you feel.
Well, what should have been a 7-bagger for Perry is now a loss for Perry in all likelihood. And here we go again. This time he has this spare conversion, pseudo-split conversion. Big pickup with a washout, textbook job. Again, Robert's giving 21, so give David 101 in the 6th. With that spare, Robert's at 104 in the 6th, so Scott trails only by 3, working on back-to-back opens. Brooklyn again. He's kind of fishing right now. It's kind of like what we saw Nick Bruchetta do yesterday's title match, where the big hook ball got all the power, but the accuracy's a little suspect right now. I think he just needs some confidence right now. Spare up this single pin and right the ship a little bit here.
It was never over.
Wasn't over till it's over. So, still to be determined here in handicap, and looks like we're going to game 2 in scratch. You want to see what happens? Watch part 2.